Hello, today we're going to start a series on how to build your website using WordPress. We're going to begin by taking a look at the back end, at the administration of the site, the administration page, admin, and we're going to begin just by getting familiar with the interface. So let's go over to that part of the website and we will take a look at it right here. You can see that here we have this is our dashboard. We have our home, our updates, and we actually have one in there so I can show you how that works. And then the other menu items here on the left. So let's first take a look at updates. We see that all of our plugins are updated. We have the latest version of WordPress, but one of our themes is outdated. So it's very important to maintain your updates because oftentimes they are patching security vulnerabilities. So we're just going to click this and then hit Update Theme. Click that. And you'll see up here, it's giving us a little status indication of where we are. It's done now, so we can return to our update page if we desire, or we can continue navigating through the administration over here on the left. Let's take a look at, the first thing we're going to do is come down here to settings because I would like to, that's just one of the first things that I always do. We have a generic install here, so we're going to call this WP uh, blogging test because this is strictly a test site. We will be looking at plugins and that sort of thing on a live site, but right now I wanted to stay with this. So here is where our tagline goes, our URLs, and then we have the administration at email. I am going to, you can let anyone register here. I'm not going to tick that. And then we go into these things. I usually set the area that I'm located in so the time is proper, especially for doing scheduled posts. So we're going to go up here to America. I know we have an America up here somewhere. There we go. And since I am in what would be considered Los Angeles, I'll just click that. This date format I like just fine, so we will save changes. We'll get back to writing in just a bit. Reading, not going to, maybe we will, I should come back to this in just a bit as well. We'll do it all at the same time. But the most important thing, this is very important, is to come down here to permalinks. And you can see, well, it's on custom structure. Actually, this is not bad. It would be the same thing as if I did post name. So this one came pre-installed with it in a very advantageous position, but usually it's one of these other ones. And if that is the case, just go on here and click post name. It'll do the exact same thing as how I have it set up here. And then hit save changes. And I think that that is going to do it for right now. Then I'm going to go back up here to pages. Let's go to posts first, all posts. I'm going to go to all posts. It comes with a sample post here. I am going to trash that. This is where we will add our blog posts. And then we also have categories here so we can name our categories and organize our posts in a logical fashion, as well as tags. Media, this is where all our pictures live. Then we're going to go down here to pages, which are a little bit different than posts. And you can see we have a sample privacy policy, which is kind of important. And we have a sample page, which I am going to trash. There we go. But in pages, I also want to add some very important pages. And the first one I'm going to go down here and add is add new. Click on that. And it's going to bring up a little dialog box here. And you know what? I am going to go in here and change this though in just a bit. We're going to call this one home. Hit publish. We'll need to hit publish again. And we now have a home page. Now that we have a home page, we're going to use that as our static page. You saw it a little bit earlier, but we also now need a blog page. Otherwise, if the default behavior of WordPress is to for blogs to be on your home page, and we don't want that right now. So we're going to hit, we're in here, we're going to hit add new again. And on this one, we are going to call it our blog and hit publish twice. There we go. Now we have a home page and a blog page. So we're going to come back down here to settings once again. We're going to click reading, and now we're going to change this from your latest post where it says your home page displays to a static page. And it now gives us an option to either pick our home page, which we are going to do as home, and pick our post page, which is our blog page. And we're going to hit blog. It also defaults to 10 posts, 10 blog posts on the blog page. So I want to change that to 15. And it has the full text, which if you've seen my Heaven's Banquet org blog, that's how I have it set up. But generally, all my other blogs, I have it set up to summary. And we want to discourage search engines from indexing the site because it's not live and there's nothing on there. So it may be detrimental to have search engines going through your site when it's not ready. We're going to hit click or save changes, click save changes. And there we go. So now we're going to actually go through the setting menus again. We're just going to check general. Make sure everything's good there. Writing, make sure everything's good there. Reading, I want to double check everything's good there. Discussion, this is something we will come back to another time. We may even use a plugin to help manage some of this. Media, this is fairly good. I may change some of those later as well. Our permalinks are still good. Privacy, all those are good. Okay, now we're going to come down to this appearance tab over here on the left and go to themes. And you saw this is a theme that we updated before. I don't think I want to use that theme. What I want to do is use an older theme in the beginning. So I'm going to come up here to the top where it says add new, click on that. And then we are going to come into here. We have a wide choice of themes. Let's see if I can do this in here. And this is what I want, 2016. So I'm going to hit, there's a little blue or an install button here, blue one. I'm going to click on that. It's installing the new theme. And once it's installed, it will turn to activate. Just click on activate. And what you will see is now that is your active theme. But I always like to have at least 2 themes in my themes here so that if something goes wrong, I can switch over to another one. But the other 2 excess themes I do not want, so I'm going to click on them. And down here in the right-hand corner, it says delete. I'm going to click that and then hit OK. The same thing for this one. It says theme details. Click on that. And in the right-hand corner, it says delete. Click on that and then hit OK. So now we have a cleaner interface with only two themes. It's probably best practices if you're not using a theme or a plugin that you do not have it on your site, because again, sometimes that can introduce vulnerabilities that you don't need to be exposed to. Okay, I am now going to go down to my widgets area because let's take a look on the front end here and see what this looks like. It's not too bad. I do have my recent comments over here, archives, categories, metadata. I would like to get rid of a lot of this. So how I'm going to do that, these are put in, this content is what's called a widget. We are going to come back to our appearance again, and underneath that there is a section called widgets. We're going to click on that. And then we're just going to take this, and when it turns into a little cross, we're going to take it and just drag it out of there. And comments the same thing. And then we have another widget area here on the bottom. We are going to drag those out as well. There we go. That should give me a much cleaner interface. Go back to here. Come up here to the little circle, click that, which will refresh the page without all those widgets. Now we shall go back, and I think I will go to customize between themes and widgets. We will click on that, and this gives us the option to change the look of our whole website actually without doing a lot of coding or anything like that. It's just kind of built in. We can go to site identity, and here we can have change the title and the tagline, and we can also add a site icon, which is usually shows up here in the navigation bar. We may do that at a later date. We have colors. So here's our background color. I'm not super thrilled with that. I think in the very beginning, I am going to do something like this, but this is probably going to change. Main text color, I want that black. Secondary text color, I also want that black. It'll make it much easier for people to read. Link color, this is okay. I'll probably end up doing a style guide for this, and this link color will no doubt change as well. I don't have a header image, but if you did, this would be one place you could add it. I don't have a background image. It does show some menu information. We will work on that at another time. Our widget areas, our homepage settings, which should be the same as what we did in the settings section. And if you want to add additional CSS, you can do that here as well. I'm going to hit publish so those changes I made are saved. Click the X to get out of there. Okay, I think that is going to do it for this first part of the how to build your website with WordPress section. A series on how you can get started with WordPress. We will be looking at some plugins shortly, and that should be the next video. Okay, as always, I am wishing you the very best. Bye.